Hi guys, I'm Lakadia and I'm one of the clinical counselors here at Westwind Counseling. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about what recovery is versus isn't. I think a lot of the times when we're recovering from an eating disorder, we have preconceived expectations of what we think it will be like when we are recovered. Some of those expectations I think can cause us to have unrealistic experiences in recovery and can cause us to maybe at times be harder than ourselves, thinking that what we're experiencing isn't recovery. So I think a lot of the time we have these ideas that when we are recovered, we're not going to have a lot of struggling anymore. The anxiety, the stress, the feelings that we previously felt aren't going to be there. We also, I think, can sometimes believe that it means that we're not going to have any of the unhelpful thoughts anymore. But the reality is that's not necessarily true. So real eating disorder recovery is about a shift in how we relate to food, body, and ourselves. So it's about learning to respect ourselves and care for ourselves instead of punishing ourselves for the ways that we feel and for the things that are happening around us. It allows us to have a better relationship with ourselves and with the world around us. Real recovery is about having choice and freedom. It's about the flexibility. It's not about rigidity. It's about being able to make the decision for ourselves about how we eat, how we move, how we treat ourselves without the eating disorder making those decisions. It's about a process of becoming more us, reclaiming the things that the eating disorder has stolen from us. It's about starting to live into our values and live into our passions and regain the voice that the eating disorder has taken or silenced from us. Real recovery is also about allowing ourselves to feel all the feelings and coping without the eating disorder. So it doesn't mean that we don't feel sad. It doesn't mean that we don't feel anxious or insecure, but it means that we learn to feel without needing the eating disorder to cope. It means we use alternative ways of coping with our feelings and learning that we can feel those things and we can be okay. So real recovery is ongoing. It doesn't have a final destination. It's going to have ups and downs, but it does change and get easier. And over time you start to notice that a lot of the things that felt like a lot of work at the beginning are no longer a lot of work, but they're just a natural movement of yours that you just do because it's what you've learned to do. And so I think that knowing what real recovery is can be helpful for us to go in with a little bit more of realistic expectations, knowing that it's okay if we struggle and it's okay if there are hard moments or unhelpful thoughts at times, but it's learning to cope in a new way.